कार्ये कारणतया याता कारणे नहि कार्यता कारणत्वं ततो गच्छेत् कार्याभावे विचारतः. Aparokshanubhuti. Composition by Adiguru Shankaracharya ji. We are in verse number 135 and further on. Yesterday we were studying or discussing backbone of the modern science. Entire modern science depend on one important theory, that is cause and effect relation theory. Shankaracharya ji inquired this thought with process of and cause and effect theory. This is called sometime in Vedanta Adhyarop Apavad Paddhati, or Anvay Vyatirik Paddhati. The process of negative, the process of the negation and process of the assertion. So, Karya Karanata is very familiar with modern science. Therefore, Shankaracharya takes up this method and starts thinking. Yesterday, we saw that when we think deeply in cause and effect, we reach particular conclusion. What are they? This topics is continuously going on 135 to 139 continuously. So we have to take up this thought and complete till 139. Then this complete thought will come in front of us. First, Karye Karanata Yata. Wherever we see effect, then we have to accept behind the effect there is a cause. When we see the gold chain is there, gold ornament is there as an effect, then we must accept, we ought to accept the effect's cause. The ornament's cause is gold. Where there is effect intrinsically, cause always comes behind it. Kare karanata yata. This is complete sentence. Second, karane nahi karyata. But in the cause, we do not see an effect. But in the effect, we see the cause, but not versa. Vice versa is not possible. Where there is a cause, we do not see effect there. When we saw the gold, in the gold, we do not see any ornaments. But in all ornaments, as effect, we see cause is inherently existed in them. In the same way, this entire cosmos, entire world is an effect, and this effect has a cause, and that cause is God, Supreme Consciousness. It means the effect is pervaded by cause. But cause is not pervaded by effect. Inherently, cause always exists in effect. So, karane nahi karyata. In the effect, we do not see cause. Okay. Then what is the conclusion from these two statements? It means cause always, if an effect always depend on cause. Or second, effect does not have an independent existence in this world. And cause does not need any effect for its existence. Cause has independent existence. His existence does not depend on any cause. Okay. What?
Effect.
Effect. So, second, secondly, further statement. When we think very deeply about the effect, oh, this is effect, this is effect. Why do you call it as effect? Because we see particular names and particular forms and particular purpose. Through the clay or mud, we cannot bring the water. Through mud or clay, we cannot take water from one place to another place. And for mud, there is no particular shapes or names. Therefore, we see some difference between cause and effect. Therefore, we have given name to particular form and particular structure as effect. Okay. But when we analyze and think deeply, then we understand each and every particles are pervaded by cause. Cause manifested itself in the form of effect. Cause manifested in different forms and names. But when we talk about the effect, there is no such separate entity from the cause. The properties of the cause and property of the effect are not different from each other. The property of the cause itself appears in the property of the effect. The effect doesn't have an independent property different from the cause. It doesn't have an independent existence different from the cause. Actually, the cause, actually, when we see the effect is only existence as a different, as a name and form. Actually, cause
Applied
itself is
applied part of cause is the effect.
played part of
Cause is the effect.
cause is effect. Okay. But actually, we see we withdraw cause from the effect. Effect will not remain as effect because it is not a different entities as a effect.
Because small particles also have holding capacity of water. That is why that pot or that the thing that that has ability to hold that water. That is the applied part.
So it means actually when we think deeply and analyze, then we understand effect is not such some different entity as effect. Actually, there is no any separate entity as effect. There is a cause and we call it as effect. Then slowly, the concepts of the effect will disappear. Vicharataha karya abhave. By the deep thinking, we'll see absence of the effect. Separate effect we not see without cause. Cause is there and we rename as effect. We draw from the cause from the effect will not remain as effect. It means there is no existence for the effect. It means there is no effect such as independent different aspects. So
Sutre
karya,
manigana. Sutre manigana iva.
yes, but it is not understand very quickly. It will take time. So pondering is important. Deep thinking is important. Contemplation is important. By the deep inquiry, by the deep thinking, karya bhave gachet, the absence of the effect will understand. And moment you understand the absence of the effect, then whom do we call as a cause? With specific reference of the wife, I am called as husband. When she run away from me with help of court, who will call me husband? And whose husband am I? No. She takes away the concept of husband with her. She may takes away the concept label of husband with her, but my existence does not go away with her. I existed as human being. In the same way, with reference of the effect we called it is a cause. But when there is no an effect, whom do you will call as cause? Effect goes away, the concept of cause also goes away. विचारतः कार्याभावे ततः कारणत्वं गच्छेत्. If there is no cause effect, then finally we will say there is no cause also. It means there is no cause and no effect. It doesn't mean that there is nothing, anything. There is something, but we do not label it as a cause and effect. Without cause and effect, it has independent existence. What we will call it consciousness. We'll call it Brahman. If God is the cause and world is the effect doesn't has independent existence, but cause appears in the form of the world. But you remove the cause, remove the effect, then what will remain cause? But with the absence of the effect, we will not call cause as cause. It's something is there, but it is not renamed as a cause. Just it's just something is there. So by taking this thought together, we will go further. अथ शुद्धं भवेत् वस्तु यद्वै वाचाम् अगोचरं द्रष्टव्यं मृद्घटेनैव दृष्टान्तेन पुनः पुनः. Shankaracharya ji says that पुनः पुनः दृष्टान्तेन पश्येत्, पुनः पुनः द्रष्टव्यम, मृद्घटेन दृष्टान्तेन एव तत् पुनः पुनः द्रष्टव्यम. Again and again we have to think more and more, again and again, with the help of mud and pot. So, and we thought before beginning this verse, we spent some time and thought on that. So, punha punha drishtantena drashtavyam. By this example, we should contemplate. Okay. And what we will understand? Atha yatvai shuddham vacha agocharam vastu. Okay. The pure existence, which is beyond our words, beyond our logic, beyond our speech. Shuddham, pure existence. The pure existence where there is no concepts of cause and effect. We thought that. So, that pure existence, we do not have any sources to comprehend it. So, that is called absolute. And that vacha agocharam, it is a transcends all our speech. Tat bhavet. Tat bhavet, it means The contemplator, I don't know word is there or not. One who contemplate, one who think, no effect, no cause. But something is there. That is the consciousness. And if I am the effect, but effect is nothing but cause appears itself. But when I remove the concept of cause and effect, what will remain? The supreme consciousness. I am that. I identify with that. I merge in that. Tad bhavet vastu. He becomes one with that. And it is beyond our comprehending. And this thing or this process should comprehend with example of mrut ghatena eva drishtantena punha punha drashtavya. So thereafter pure Brahman remains after discarding the fierce concept of cause and effect, which is beyond speech. This should be realized pondering over that again and again through example of mud and pot. Now, just we'll go through once or some lines. Now, as the contemplation goes on, as explained in earlier verse, that cause itself is the effect. Effect are pervaded by the cause. That cause can remain without effect, and therefore, when I searched for that cause, the vital force of life in me, I realize at that time there is no cause because there is are no effect around it. After the realize this fact, the realize pure reality becomes pure. Even without peak of plurality arising out of it, it becomes the pure consciousness which is imperceptible, which cannot be explained in the term of words. It cannot be explained in the terms of our conscious senses, or it is beyond the experience of our sense organs. It is pure absolute reality. We should try to experience it again and again by contemplating on the example of Chandogya Upanishad. There is the teacher says, Vacharambhanam vikaro namadeyam mritika itteva satyam. There is no any real entities as effects, but there is only names and forms. The names and forms are in our tongue. There is no separate entity, names and forms without cause. Yes, names and forms are in our tongue, not in outside of the object. Mritika itteva satyam. So mud is the ultimate real entity, nothing other than that. This is the example. Again and again, we have to think. Okay. अनेन प्रकारेण वृत्तिर्ब्रह्मात्मिका भवेत् उदेति शुद्धचित्तानां वृत्तिर्ज्ञानं ततः परम्. अनेन प्रकारेण, अनेन प्रकारेण, by this deep thinking, by this pondering on cause and effect theory, अनेन प्रकारेण, what will all impurities will go away. all defects will go away, all doubts will go away. Slowly, slowly, mind become calm, quiet, introvert, serene, steady, and free from thoughts of external objects. So, anena prakarena, by this process, by this thinking, mind becomes so pure, free from all impurities, which are created by the external world. Shuddha chittanam vritti jnanam udeti. That knowledge will arise. I am the pure consciousness. In pure mind, the knowledge of pure consciousness will arise. We should need two important things. We should need clear knowledge about the ultimate reality from the gurus and the scriptures. At the same time, we have to do our daily practice with honestly and sincerely. Listen from the guru, contemplate on that, maintain this thought long period of time, and discards dissimilar thoughts from the mind. In this way, in that pure mind, that I am the Brahman, this thought will arise. This thought will remain in there, or we can say, in another words, pure mind dwells in that supreme consciousness, or pure mind identified with that supreme consciousness. Tatah param, after the continuous practice, what will happen? Vritti brahmatmika bhave. I am the Brahman. This thought will not remain separate from supreme consciousness. The thought itself appears and merges with that supreme consciousness. Now, what is there? Nothing. It is only pure awareness. No object of thoughts, no thoughts of Brahman. I am the Brahman, these thoughts also goes away. And without that thought, what it is remain, that is our own soul true nature, that is our pure existence. So, vritti brahmatmika bhave, that vritti becomes one with that Brahman. Udeti shantachittanam vritti jnanam, shuddha chittanam vritti jnanam udeti anena prakarena. अनेन प्रकारेण शुद्ध चित्तानां वृत्ति ज्ञानम उदेति ततः परम वृत्तिर्ब्रह्मात्मिका भवे. We should understand the meaning of this word with real sense. Moment we utter the sentence, our mind or feeling should like that. When we utter the words, mind takes shape of its meaning. For that, the grace and blessing of the Shankaracharya ji, we should understand impact the words and its meaning. When we abuse someone, he feel bad immediately because he understood the impact and its meaning of the word. Same intensity if comes in our mind with these words become tools for us to reach the final conclusion of Vedanta, that is, I am the Brahman, without any thought, without any vritti. Okay. Vritti Brahmatmika Bhave, thoughts will merge in supreme consciousness. Okay. Shankaracharya ji again takes us little bit close to effect, cause and effect theory. कारणं व्यतिरेकेन पुमा आदौ विलोकयत् अन्वयेन पुनस्तद्धि कार्यनित्यं प्रपश्यति. How to contemplate cause? How to go near the concept of cause? Shankaracharya ji said. Shankaracharya ji says, for us, Puman. Puman means person. He or she may be. For all human being. The word indicates Puman means all human beings, those are living on this earth. Though at the very beginning, Vyatirekena Karanam Vilokayat. We do not see cause directly because it is very subtle. Our attention does not fall immediately on the cause. What do we want to see it? Will not perceive it directly, immediately, completely, and properly at the very beginning. Suppose we want to banana. First, we'll see the banana with its skin. Then we have to remove all skins and whatever essence is in, then we eat that essence. But directly we cannot eat because there are some external protection of that essence. In the same way, we cannot see cause directly, but we see the effect. Take example our own body. We do not see pure consciousness dwells in our personality, but we see what we see. Through our eyes, we perceive the objects, but actually, I do not have a capacity independently to perceive the object. Behind the eyes, there is a seer, and that seer sees object through the eyes. This is ear. We comprehend the words through the ear, but behind the ear, there is a hearer. Hearer hear the words through ear. We do not see hearer, but we see ear. Through the ear, a hearer hears the word. Tongue test, but behind the tongue, there is a consciousness. Tester is behind the test tongue. That tester test object through the tongue. But when we understand each and every sense organs, behind the sense organs, there is a one principle who is the illuminator, who is the existence, who is the consciousness, who is the bliss, and who is the illuminator of all senses. All senses are functions because of not themselves. All senses are functioning smoothly because some cause behind the senses. We see directly the organs, appearance, but when we go through this appearance into the cause, then slowly, we remove the external layers. What? I'm not the body, I'm not the senses, I'm not the mind. In this way, in this way, we removed, we dispel, we discard, we negate, we condemn all unnecessary aspects. And then by removing everything, whatever remain, we perceive it. So, puman adau vyatirekena karanam vilokayat. We have to contemplate, we have to see it, we have to understand by removing other effects,
By negating.
by negating, by the process of the negation,
Mm.
we see the karanam. So, vyatirekena karanam vilokayet. By the process of negation, one should contemplate, think on the cause. Okay. If we understand the cause, then run away from that place? No. This is the one aspects of life. Second aspects of life. Now, look at the world. Look at the effect. And concentrate and focus your attention on karya. Karyam nityam prakashyati. Then you understand, focus your attention on the effect. Okay. I see the particular object. I see the particular pot. Yes, yes. This is the effect. Oh, my dear, in that effect, what is there? Sir, cause itself appears in the form of effect. In the effect, there is no independent, separate properties and qualities other than cause. Cause appears in the form of effect. Cause manifests in the effect. Effect is not effect. Effect itself is a cause. Anvayena punaha tat anvayena karyam nityam prapashyati. By the process of anvay, by the process of positive way, you see the effect. By the seeing effect, you will experience cause itself. So, अन्वयेन पुनस्तद्धि कार्य नित्यं प्रकाशति. This we'll go through. Um, First, one should perceive the cause and all effects by the process of negation. Thereafter, by the positive method, one should perceive the cause as concurrent in all effects. By the negating our identity with mind, body, and intellect, we try to seek the cause for BMI. When then comes to know that it is a pure consciousness in whose presence, with whose light is the body perceived, mind felt, and intellect recognized. When the consciousness ceases to work through the BMI, the equipment of BMI fails to function. Even while eating a plantain, we first negate the rind of the plantain and then eat the inner contents, bananas. So to the outer layers of the layers are rejected, an inner entity is identified with. The example which we have taken, when I am hearing something else is hearer, there the ear cannot be the hearer. Hearer is one who staying behind the ear hears everything. This hearer behind the ear is the cause of hearing. In the same way, see the behind the eyes, the tester behind the tongue, smell behind the nostril is the real cause, real perceiver. Without this subjective principle functioning behind all these organs, there cannot be any perceptions, feelings, thoughts. The subjective one is the subjective one is the own we are seeking. This is the cause. Thus, we come to know that everywhere there is an effect, there should be a cause. First, recognize the effect, then by the negating the effect and try to seek the cause. Then identify it with cause and comes to experience the effect is concurrent in the cause. So this is example we have seen that pot and mud. Okay. Even this process is not completed. The last point is given Shankaracharya ji 139. We have a, we have some minutes. We have some time. कार्ये कारणं पश्येत् पश्चात् कार्यं विसर्जयेत् कारणत्वं ततो नश्येत् अवशिष्टं भवेन् मुनिः. मननात् मुनिः. Who is the muni? One who contemplate, one who ponders, one who think deeply till till does not find the cause. So in this way, कार्ये कारणं पश्येत्. When do you want to see the cause? First, you see cause in effect, because there is no effect without cause. When you see the world, then you should develop the curiosity, what is the cause of that? From where it comes, because of what, because of which it exists. And after that, in where everything will merge. Find out that. And then you will understand in the effect, cause existing continuously. Cause does not, effect does not exist as an effect, but cause is there, therefore we call it effect. So karye karanatam pashet. First you understand the children, then we understand property, qualities of their parents, because cause inherently existed in them. So Karanam hi karye pashet. You should perceive, understand, comprehend cause in effect. Okay. Then you will easily understand what whatever I say, this is the effect, this is the effect, but actually effect doesn't have independent, separate existence without cause. Cause itself appears in the form of effect. Then, then one do one thing, merge that effect into cause by the process of thinking. If you say there is no separate entity and existence of the effect as an effect without cause, cause appears in the form of effect, then by the thinking process, you merge effect in the cause. And then paschat karyam visarjayet, then effect will not will reflect effect. And if there is no effect, then there is no concept of cause. Tataha karanatvam gachet. Then cause, this thought will, the, the thought of cause will go away. If thought of effect is not there, then thought of cause also will disappear. And when meditator, thinker, inquirer, by the analysis, the seeker will reach the conclusion where there is no concepts of cause and effect. Substratum of both is supreme consciousness. And I am not different from that. Thought I am the Brahman, this also will merge in that supreme consciousness. So Shankaracharya say that avasishtam bhavet muni. After dissolving everything, whatever remains, the spiritual seekers become one with that. Self effulgent, self illumination. Without illuminator and illuminated, Without perceiver, unperceived. Perception is there. Without knower and known, just knowledge is there. Without illuminated and illuminated and illuminer, there is just illumination. Pure awareness, pure existence, which is beyond our descriptions. Be with that. Be one with this. Know this, know that, just existence. Oh, Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavshishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.